Conscious Club, are you ready for another set of wonderful artists? Are you ready to be tempted and teased by the sounds of poetry? Now, these guys, I think, can introduce themselves. So, without further ado, I want to hand over to the wonderful duo that is Billy and Lamar, also known as Pod Poetry.
My mouth is my weapon. My tongue is razor sharp like Excalibur.
Cut through you like a butcher.
My analytical melody spread like a virus to the weak minds. Better for you 5 a day, because when the rhythm hits you, it's gonna break your body down like an enzyme. My timing's impeccable, rhythm's impenetrable. Bass in your face of disaster will erase all. Spit like a Uzi, don't sleep on me though, because at night is when I creep. My metaphors slice and my similes dice. Words are precise like a sniper. You're looking at an ultimate fighter, quick like a viper. My uncanny accurate estimates of oxymorons simply frighten you.
I am an animal.
For your own safety, detain me if you can. I'm not a suicide bomber, but I will drop these alliteration grenades if you come too close, too late. Banging bombs, blast bodies left, right, and center. My semi-auto motifs are causing an array of grief.
So this is the anxiety you've been talking about. Man, I've been so obsolete in my thoughts and actions. But no, that was all made in haste. Not known to show you up, I didn't mean to cast a spell on you as if you were Lord Voldemort.
The Lord of Darkness.
No, don't lead me off to that side. I'm as light as baby Harry's aura. I was as innocent as the Garden of Eden. Lost in there as Shakespeare's unaccommodated man. I wanted us to part ways. The way Moses split the sea. Feeling locked down in the shackles of my mind. I'm really trying to break for that freedom. Train as fast as Harriet Tubman. Rambo singing Sons of Freedom from the riffs of Jimi Hendrix. Please cease to crack this lease with malice. I've shown respect in all the forms Aretha Franklin showed. I've done no harm physically.
Man, you've been as peaceful as Gandhi.
Getting fitter as humanly possible to keep survival as Darwin told me to do so. However, all this thinking has touched my brain. My head feels like Newton's when an apple crowned his brain. Gravity weighed that apple down, and now like that, everything is so tender. I'm on the edge of a blade. This shit's like Gillette Fusion, man. It's a close shave. I need to get out of this place, away from this place. If I stay longer, I know I'll be losing to a leech like Nick Griffin, sucking the spirit right out of me. But I feel like having a debate to sort this.
So let's sort this.
But not to worry. I won't be sneaky as Socrates with those Socratic methods. I want to do this face to face. And I promise I won't be two-faced.
Like Two-Face.
Flipping coin to control your fate. I've made my choice without having to post the prophets on Greek top mountains.
This ain't no Greek tragedy.
But the Trojan women, now they felt pain. And like that, you're suffering in silence. Your mouth was sewn shut tight in torture as if Jigsaw himself pulled the strings. Forced to rip them open at the cost of losing the lips I kissed. Nah, this ain't gonna happen. I've been extracted from an extraordinary league. I'm gonna handle this like a gentleman. Now time has passed. You know my choice. I'm sorry I said I was going to marry you. Hello, everyone. Now we've got the cobwebs all shaken off us. We're Pod Poetry. I'm Billy. This is...
Jason,
Lamar, whichever one. Don't know what his name is nowadays.
I'll go by anything.
I just know we can write, so I'll just keep him close by me. Say that his words are mine. So we got a couple of more pieces for you. And Lamar, take it off.
Cool breeze in the palm trees, fresh smells like Febreze, Miles Davis playing sweet harmonies, whistling through the leaves. I believe that last note was in A minor, simply to remind me that the fact that life before I met you was a minor. I've traveled the seas and seen life through a telescope, and now I'm fortunate to scope you through my peripheral vision as I see your lilac summer dress slip down your score and hit in perfect cadences as it struggles to curve round the curvy areas of your body, only to embody on the floor. But I'm not here to startle you, so I swing my head 180 degrees back the other way into my book. My first line quoted, "This is my perfect picture."
Pause. Let him make a toast for his perfect picture.
Curves were designed with delicacy and grace. Look at her smile. Wow, God must have took forever designing your face from a blank canvas to a piece of art. And I ain't talking about no modern day art. I'm talking about that true shit. You beam like a flower, so I'll call you my tulip. You manage to amaze me every single time I see you. You are B-E-A, beautiful. As a matter of fact, you're my 16th chapel. I sometimes sit down and ponder how lucky I was to discover such a being, and now I know my life is truly worth living, and angels do exist, and for you to be in front of me is a blessing I never believed fate would permit. So before my insecure emotions restrict me from wearing my heart on my sleeve, my plan...
What's your plan?
My plan is to flatter you. With every compliment my mind can muster, and if I fluster, forgive me, for I am only human, and we both know it'll only take a couple of seconds before God realizes he has an angel missing. From your birth to your christening to your wedding, I understand that you're a blessing. You're not a product of your environment. You were produced to produce wonderful feelings and blessings to everyone you reach and teach within your environment. Whether you're black, white, Hispanic, or Asian, I understand the time we've been given is fragile. That's why I'm spitting compliments quicker than you can say slickly blur. I just need you to understand you'll always be my perfect picture.
Maybe it's because we do it for safety. Maybe it's because we do it for liberty. Maybe it's because we do it for money. Maybe it's because that's funny. Maybe it's because we need it. Maybe it's because we believe it. Maybe it's because we want it. Or maybe it's because we wait for it. Maybe it's because we'll slip into a landslide and never be able to put the mess aside. Or maybe it's because we realize what's sleeping in our soul. So this time I pose the question to you. Why do the things we hate last longer than the things we love? Cheers, we got a last piece now.
This one's called
Accidental Miracle.
Accidental Miracle.
How's it start?
Started with a kiss. Blossoms of passion concealed within her two lips. I froze for a bit and gently caressed my mind as she gently caressed her fingers down the side of my face. We moved slow as time flew by. We had time to waste, you see, and between you and me,
We had nowhere to be.
the night was young. She slid her fingers down my body until she reached the zipper.
Oh.
As she zipped open my mind and other things, premeditated nerves kicked in, so she took charge until the early hours of the morning. She left me confused, speechless, and dazzled until I didn't even know what time, day, month it was. Before I knew it, 1 month on top of
4 months on top of 3 months on top of 2 months. Take away 1 month equals 9 months. And thinking about 9 months, I was in no place to be a creator. I would have rather stepped away like my father.
I'm not interested in committing the sins of my father.
Reality came crashing down, and I had to step up. The time for playing games were over, and I had to learn the ways of a new type of hood.
Parenthood. As she pleaded with me, tears pregnant with shame. It's a shame you barely remember my name.
She told him,
It's been 9 months now, my form has drastically changed. She told him,
look, I'm scared, I can't go through this alone. She told him,
It's been 9 months now and I've just plucked up the courage to pick up the phone. She told him,
it takes a boy to make a baby, but a man to raise a child. And I told, I will talk to your tummy every night, telling stories without a fright. There'll be tales of a classical nature. They'll start off scary, but in the end they'll be happy. And I said to her, I will wrap you in bubble to protect you from trouble. He told her,
how are we gonna raise a child that's more than a struggle? He told her,
to talk to the ladies, we'll show them their true charm. We'll bounce the b-ball in the backyard and I will lay it up so we can dunk it high. Nothing is out of reach when we're by his side, and I will take him back to my day and we'll be the real bad boys fighting in crime.
he told her,
I will take away your pain so you'll never feel the shame. Discard your issues so you'll always feel sane.
and in a split moment, I'm counting back the maths to find a simple equation.
2 singles, destined to be doubled. My sequence of mistakes lead into this accidental binary confusion plus
274
minus
64,
because
you were going to be premature.
equals the greatest accidental miracle I'm now stood before. I can multiply and divide my mind into an abyss.
But one thing remains the same.
You can't change the past
You can alter the present.
and hope for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's Pod Poetry. If you like us, love us, find us on Facebook, Twitter, @Pod Poetry. Thank you very much. Enjoy the night, boy.
Cheers.
Oh dear, oh dear. What's that I hear? What's that I hear? I can see the little conversation going on the front of the stage. Is it possible, gentlemen? Is it possible? Oh, it's happening!
I think
Okay.
Jason's throat's hurting a little bit, so he's going to take a pew. I hope it's not him you wanted to see, and not me, so I'm sorry if I've disappointed you guys. This one is called Wings of Steel.
True.
I feel like a wingless bird perched outside my own personal socket of a pocket. No matter how many times I try to grow wings, I'm always one journey away from that exhilarating life that I want to live. I want to hit those. I want to break those boundaries and creep into a city I call Platfields I've dreamt of. I want to grow a nest and perch my life there. I've only grown and never flown into a position where my envision where my history lay. Only then can I fly in this breeze of industry, creeping and observing over to find crumbs of my history. Manchester is where I cradle my flock of memories, but they have only been pepped up by the curiosity I've grown from my ancestral stories, which grace dismiss that surrounds my questionable insanity. I know now my wings will come with time. And fortunately for me, that time is in the here and now. So please make way for my wings, whilst you will be pushed aside from a growth of my body that covers my soul. I so proudly occupy. I'm ready to find the past and the present, and for the future I will be all what my mummy told me to be, which is me. I say it one last time to that sweet old mother of mine, I'll remember what you taught me. The morals and values now run on me as a bolt of lightning across my body where honesty resides. With one wing expanding, I get set for takeoff. In the grey sky above, I observe there are others flying low with one hand grasping for mine. I let out the other wing, and now there is only I that has control of me. And now there is only I to blame for me. And now my wings are made of steel, so I dare you to try and shoot me down.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen of the Conscious Club, Billy Sarfaz, Jason Lamar Campbell, and that is Pod Poetry.